All right, sport lovers across the globe, welcome to yet another interesting edition of Sport Review on Kiraa Sport TV. It's weekend. Today is Friday. It is going to be very, very entertaining as I'll be taking a run down happenings in world sport, starting from the local before we go to the international story that I have on my table. My name is Ebidakbo Miracle Oluwadamilola. Happy Friday. Please don't forget, it is highly essential on what's showing on your screen. Make sure you subscribe to all our social media and do on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter. We are available at Kiraa Sport TV. Likewise here on YouTube, please do well to click on the notification bell so once we drop videos, you get notified on all the videos that we keep dropping. Also, if you want to become a professional footballer, look no further. Here is the best place you can actually be to become the professional footballer you've always wanted to be in your life. Once again, welcome to this beautiful edition. Taking a look at the stories that I have on my table, we're starting with this particular story regarding Victor Osimhen calls Akanji to make a gala switch. Let me confirm to you that Victor James Osimhen has reportedly made a personal call, a personal phone call to Manchester City defender, that is Manu Akanji, in a bid to convince the Swiss international to join Galatasaray this particular summer. According to the report I have on my table, the Nigerian striker who completed his permanent move to the Turkish giant for a record fee of $75 million after a successful loan spell from Napoli is said to have taken on a recruiting role for his new club. According to Turkish source, Yeni Asik said Osimhen personally contacted Akanji to try and persuade him to make the switch to Istanbul as Galatasaray seek their third major summer signing following the arrival of Osimhen and also Bayern Munich winger Leroy Sane. The 30-year-old Swiss defender has found game time limited at the Etihad Stadium this particular season, with John Stones and Ruben Dias preferred in central defense for the Premier League opener against Wolverhampton Wanderers. According to report I have on my table, Fabrizio Romano reveals that City are open to selling Emmanuel Akanji as Guardiola wants his squad to be reduced. Regardless, our Chiefs haven't flown to England to try to finalize this particular deal. The Swiss international has made 136 appearances for City in our competition after helping them to win 2 Premier League titles, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and also the FIFA Club World Cup, among other silverwares. Akanji's potential departure is part of City's squad revamp with Manchester City manager acknowledging it is not healthy for his bloated squad to have top qualities on the fringe. Galatasaray are also reportedly persuading the City goalkeeper Edenton as they look to strengthen their squad ahead of their Champions League campaign registration deadline. All right, let's move away from that particular story. Taking a look at another story popping up here is a story regarding Chan. Chel blames inexperience pressure for Nigerian collapse. Let me confirm to you that the Nigerian coach, Eric Chel, has attributed the Super Eagle B early exit from the 2024 African Nations Championship to inexperience and the inability of his player to handle pressure in crucial moments. According to the report I have on my table, Chel's side ended their campaign on a positive note with a 2-0 victory over Congo in their final Group D game match at the Dar es Salaam Stadium, but the victory came after back-to-back defeat to Sudan, and Senegal had already confirmed their elimination. Reflecting on their performance, Chel insisted his team deserved more from the competition but admitted costly errors and lack of composure under pressure proved decisive. We deserve to win this game because we had the ball and also we created chances, he said after that particular game. Against Sudan, the pressure was very big on the players, and also what happened was an accident. We won today, but there is still a lot to regret. He praised his player for their response against Congo, saying they showed resilience even when nothing was at stake but pride. They played against for honor, and also they played very well, Eric Chel said. Let me also make understand that while this Chan campaign ended in disappointment, the coach will now turn his focus back to the senior Eagles, who resumes their 2026 World Cup qualifier in September with fixtures against Rwanda and also South Africa. Away from that particular story, taking a look at another story, a story regarding a day as he ends playing career. Let me confirm to you that a former Super Eagles striker Brown Inde has confirmed his retirement from professional football following his exit from the Nigerian Premier League side Eyimba. The 36-year-old who joined Nigerian Premier League side giant Eyimba in December 2024 for the remainder of the 2024-2025 campaign left the People's Elephants in May upon the completion of the season and also the expiration of his short-term contract. He subsequently took a swipe at Ayimba over what he describes as poor welfare and inconsistent bonus payment during his short stint at this club. At Ayimba, we were paying 7,000 a day, sometimes 8,000. It's not even stable. One day it's 7K, another day it's 8K. A day, what told a correspondent media. However, yeah, his brief spell in the Nigerian top flight has turned out to be his last in his professional career. Let me also make you understand that he won his debut, yeah, for the Nigerian international team during a 2-1 defeat to Korea Republic in an international friendly in November 2010, and also was part of the Super Eagles team that claimed the CAF African Cup of Nations tournament in South Africa in the year 2013. Yeah, under the guidance and also management of the late Stephen Kechi. In all, he featured in 27 matches for Nigeria, scoring 6 times. The club's career saw him play a total number of 431 games and also scoring 155 goals. Fantastic performance by him. Another one is NSG inspects Lagos facilities ahead of 2026 Youth Games. The National Sport Commission has carried out a 2-day inspection of sporting facilities in Lagos as part of the process to decide the host city for the 2026 National Youth Games. The inspection covered the Elegbeta Mini Stadium, Onikon Stadium, Tafawa Bawelewa Square, Cricket Oval, and also Rowe Park Sports Center. The delegation also visits facilities at the University of Lagos, CMS Grammar School, Agege Stadium, and also the Ikeja Golf Club. The director of Grassroots Sport Department, Amaka Shofu, who led the team, said on Wednesday that the exercise was in line with the Commission mandate and also global best practices. She explained that the Youth Games remain central of the Commission grassroots development agenda. We will ensure Lagos is fully prepared to host the game if granted the right. He said the NLC delegation also included the Chief of Staffs to Director General Shea Johnson, the Commission statistician Lekon Alabi, and also the other officials. Another story popping up here for the international story is the UCL Celtic led by Karat Amalti in the Champions League playoff. Celtic's Champions League's hopes are firmly in the balance after they were held to a goalless draw by the Kiraa Almaty of Kyrgyzstan in Glasgow in the first leg of their playoff that was on Wednesday. Another one popping up here is the news regarding Senegal stunned the Tigers 91-75 and Nigerians Afro basketball hope. Let me confirm to you that Senegal has ended Nigerians' quest for semi-final place at the ongoing Afro Basketball Championship in Luanda, Angola, with a 91-75 victory over the Tigers. The defeat came a month after Nigerians the Tigers had beaten Senegal in the women's final of the competition, but this time the West Africans got their revenge. The Tigers ended their first quarter for 24-23, but Senegal turned the tide in the second half with a dominant 30-18 performance to take a 53-42 lead at halftime. The third quarter proved worse for Nigerians as they trailed 23-13 before a late fight back saw them take fourth 20-15, though it was not enough to overturn the deficit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go take a look at some games that are scheduled to happen today. Later on tonight, 8 p.m. Nigerian time is when West Ham United will win up against Chelsea for the English Premier League Match Day 2. And for the remainder of the Match Day 2 for tomorrow, Saturday, we see Manchester City win up against Tottenham Hotspur at exactly 12:30 p.m. Nigerian time being the opening game for the weekend. And also 30 p.m. is when all these games will be happening. Bournemouth will win up against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Brentford taking Aston Villa. Burnley win up against Sunderland. 5:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Arsenal win up against Leeds United. And also other games for the La Liga Santander. We have games that are scheduled to be happening live and direct. For La Liga Santander, games that are scheduled to be happening on Saturday, we need to take a look at it. Before I go there, let me take a look at German Bundesliga. Bayern Leverkusen win up against Hoffenheim at exactly 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Other games 2:30 p.m. Frankfurt win up against Bremen, and also Freiburg taking on Augsburg. Heidenheim win up against Wolfsburg. And also Union Berlin taking up against Stuttgart. St. Pauli win up against Borussia Dortmund at exactly 5:30 p.m. Nigerian time. For Italian Serie A, AC Milan win up against Cremonese at exactly 15 minutes away from 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Roma same time win up against Bologna. And also for Spanish La Liga that are scheduled to be happening at exactly 4 p.m. Nigerian time is when Mallorca win up against Celta Vigo. Atletico Madrid win up against Elche at exactly 6:30 p.m. Nigerian time. And once it is 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time, Levante win up against Barcelona. Finally, before I leave today, let's take a look at this particular story before I wrap things up in the studio today. Let me confirm to you that the story is WWE. Naomi announces pregnancy, vacates women's world title. The WWE superstar Naomi Trinity Fatu rather, a two-time women's world champion, famed for her Feel the Glow personal, and as announced, she's expecting her first child with husband Jimmy Uso. He has vacated the WWE wrestling. Okay, let me take a look at this also before I leave. AS Roma signs Leon Bailey on loan from Aston Villa with 22 million buy option. AS Roma has signed Jamaican international winger Leon Bailey on a loan from Aston Villa. The Serie A club said on Wednesday. In a statement, Roma said that they had an option to make Bailey on that particular on Wednesday on that particular deal. Fantastic one for them. But Bailey, 28-year-old, arrives in Italy after 4 years at Aston Villa, where he scored 22 goals in 144 appearances. Now coached by Gian Piero Gasparani, Roma are aiming to qualify for the Champions League for the first time since 2018. Yeah. They host Bologna on Saturday in their opening rounds of fixtures in 2025-2026 Serie A fixtures. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this particular bit of news. Thank you so very much for being part of Sport 3 on Kiraa Sport TV. My name is Abidakbo Miracle Oluwadam. This program is proudly produced by Engineer FM. Have yourself a fantastic weekend ahead. For now, I'm out of the studio for you. Please stay out of trouble.